What's going on, great people? Dr. Sam here. So some things happened this week that I had to literally take some time to meditate on it, to reflect on it, to think about it, to sit with it. It is profoundly troubling to witness how generational divides are perpetuated by unhealed trauma. We as adults from one generation are projecting our unresolved pain onto the next generation, which has created a cycle of emotional harm that literally is limiting growth and mutual understanding. This type of projection that is happening is not only unjust and disrespectful, but it also has limited the potential for collaboration and progress between our generations. Even looking at some research, specifically research in the field of psychology, there were some studies that talk about intergenerational trauma. And y'all, this blew my mind. They said that intergenerational trauma demonstrates that unresolved emotional pain can ripple through families and societies, and it literally can affect how one generation interacts with the next generation. That is troubling. Healing and growth are what is required. But in order for healing and growth to happen, we have got to become self-aware, and we have got to become intentional about breaking these negligent cycles, these cycles of trauma, these cycles of hurt and pain, because only thing that we keep doing is handing them down. And for my believers, let's go to the Bible. Let's talk about King Saul and his relationship with David, and how King Saul, instead of him supporting the next generation, he allowed his own insecurities and his unresolved issues to project onto David. And it literally hindered their potential for a relationship. However, if you look in the Bible also at two specific relationships I want to point out, Elijah and Elisha. Elijah, despite his own struggles, he imparted his wisdom and he passed his mantle down to Elisha. And this allowed Elisha to grow beyond Elijah's own limitations. Then the second relationship I want to hit on is Moses and Joshua. Moses literally had faced personal doubts and trauma, yet he guided Joshua to lead the Israelites to the promised land. Y'all, looking at these two relationships, it literally illustrates the power of self-awareness, of healing, and how we can empower the next generation when we get out our own trauma, our own feelings, and get out of our own hurt. We have got to be willing to learn from our challenges. We have got to be willing to learn in order for us to actually begin seeing transformation and begin seeing change. Rather than resisting the new ways of this generation, the way of thinking and holding on to past grievances, let's actually embrace the intergenerational exchange so that we can actually foster mutual growth and resilience. We have got to allow the younger generations to contribute, to lead, and to innovate so that we can actually create a long-lasting legacy, you all. A legacy that actually heals rather than harms. I'm reminded of Proverbs 27 and 12, I believe it is. Actually, no, Proverbs 27 and 17, where it says, iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. In order for us to do this, y'all, we have to have mutual respect. This mutual sharpening between the generations can only happen when we acknowledge our own pain, when we actually seek after help, we actually are intentional about our healing, and we create a space for new voices to lead us forward. I hope this helps somebody. I love y'all.